to serve on the board of a Ukrainian energy company facing serious corruption charges. You were the vice president running point on Ukraine. The average Joe hears that and says, that sounds fishy. What's your understanding of what your son was doing for an extraordinary amount of money?
I don't know what he was doing. I know he was on the board. I found out he was on the board after he was on the board, and that was it. And there's nobody...
Well, you've had a lot of time. Isn't this something you want to get to the bottom of?
No, because I trust my son.
But that doesn't pass the smell test. Like when you're vice president, isn't there a higher standard? Don't you need to know what's happening with your family? Don't you need to put down some guardrails?
Unless there was something that was, there was something on its face that was wrong. There's nothing on its face that was wrong. So look, if you want to talk about problems, you know, let's talk about Trump's family. I mean, come on. This is... These guys are amazing.
So you think that everything that happened was kosher?
You know there's not one single bit of evidence, not one little tiny bit, to suggest anything done was wrong. You know that, but you keep asking me these questions. It's okay. You're doing what you have to do.
Look at how surly and defensive Biden got in this interview. That was a part of an Axios interview, asking, about Hunter Biden, who, look, Democrats want to pretend that they're all about transparency and accountability and good government, and that's, of course, laughable. But here's one of the reasons why it's laughable. You're running foreign policy for the U.S. government in a country like Ukraine that desperately needs U.S. help. Okay, this isn't like you're the point man for the U.S. relationship with Great Britain, which is kind of like, goes as it is. I mean, it's not really going to have, the Brits will be okay. There's not going to be some huge change in our policies. Ukraine really needed us. And your son is getting paid, whatever it is, close to $1 million to sit on the board of a company in an area he knows nothing about. It's about the appearance of impropriety, Joe Biden, you moron. He just, not one bit of evidence anything's wrong. No, the evidence is this looks bad. And people lose faith in the system because of it. Right? So just want to say, that's obvious. But even when he gets asked the question, you have to notice, even when he's talking about this issue, it's clear that he is outraged that a journo would even ask him. He's outraged that a journo would even push him on this because they're supposed to be on his team. He's not supposed to get real questions. He's not supposed to be asked real questions. No, of course not. He's supposed to have people that just give him a constant back rub on TV and tell him how amazing he is and how the American people should vote for him. Even though, look, I firmly believe that he does not have the physical, psychological, emotional constitution to be president of the United States, folks. I don't think he's up for the job. I really mean that. I don't say that to be provocative. I think Democrats, some of the people at the top echelon of the Democrat Party, they know this, but he's just supposed to get them past the election, and then they'll figure everything out afterwards. And they're little sheep in the Democrat Party will just go, meh, they'll do whatever they're told, and they'll go along with this. And when President Kamala takes the reins, they're not going to be even a little bit remorseful about this. They're going to say, look at what we pulled off. Ha ha. We stopped Trump from getting 4 more years by putting forward this empty suit buffoon that should be focused on, feeding nuts to the squirrels and reading picture books to his grandkids, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But he shouldn't be president, right? He should be doing those other things that I said. Instead, he wants the nuclear codes. And Democrats are saying, if you don't give it to him, you're a bad person.
Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.